Welcome in TFA Fam. It's your boy Kevin back again with another video. Today we're going to be discussing Javonte Williams and his 2021 rookie profile. Let's go. Welcome back in. Like I said, we're going to be talking about a bunch of rookie profiles this year. We're going to be bringing you all kinds of players from quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end to get you ready for the upcoming NFL draft. Whether you're in dynasty, redraft, it is important that you know who these guys are. All of the boys are going to be chipping away and knocking out these guys. About every day you can expect a new video. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for future content because we're going to be bringing the heat every day. All right. So today we're going to be discussing my boy, Javonte Williams. Okay. This man is a bad man. And I currently have him as my RB1 in this class. And that may be a little hot because I know a lot of people have Najee Harris and Travis Etienne probably ahead of him. But for me, they're all in the same tier, but I have Javonte Williams at the top of that tier. So first, let's talk about the RB1 thing and why I have him ahead of Najee Harris and Travis Etienne. It's not that, like I said, it's not like I don't like these players. It's not that I'm against them. I think they're both quality running backs. I think they're both going to be excellent NFL running backs. To me, it's kind of these three guys, and there's kind of a tier drop off after these guys. But Javonte Williams was not a guy that was in this class heading into this year. He really had a really solid season. Not that he was terrible last year. He had over 1,000 total yards last year, but this year was kind of his coming out party. He's a true junior. He'll be 21 years old in April. He's a year younger, both than Travis Etienne and Najee Harris. Both guys a lot of people thought were going to come out last year, but decided to return to school. Javonte Williams is a true 3-down workhorse back, and the dude is just so fun to watch. Why? The dude has incredible contact balance, and he will simply run through a motherfucker's face. Okay, much like Marshawn Lynch used to say, that's exactly what Javonte Williams done. He is 5'10", 220 pounds, and he has the ability, like I said, to be a 3-down workhorse back. So if you look at his junior year, he was splitting time and reps with Michael Carter, who's another guy who a lot of people have as a top 5 running back in this class, who is a senior this year. But for Javonte Williams, he had 157 carries, 1140 rushing yards, 22 total touchdowns, 305 receiving yards on 25 receptions. Really solid 8.4 target share, especially for a team that didn't air it out a ton. He was a 3-star prospect coming out. He had a 30.4 college dominator throughout his career. The things that really separate him to me is his efficiency, the ability, the fact that he was 19th among all FBS running backs in terms of attempts, but averaged almost a half a broken tackle per rush attempt, 4.59 yards after contact per carry. 26.8% of his carries went for at least 10 yards or more. So the dude was just super efficient with the touches that he had. And he also led the nation with 75 avoided tackles after the run. The dude just super explosive. He's not somebody, the only weakness I think you could say about him would probably be that he doesn't have like that long speed, right? Like there were times that that defenders were able to track him down and tackle him from behind, but the dude still has enough burst, enough get up and go to be able to break off a 40-yard run to get into the end zone. But he's not Jamal Charles, right? He doesn't have that track star speed, which is totally fine because he makes up for it in everything else that he does well, which is just about every single thing that he does. You sit here and you watch this guy time and time again. He is an able runner. He's looking for contact. He's not somebody who's afraid of it. He's super aggressive. He's always looking for contact, and he is running through motherfuckers' faces, okay? It's just what he does, and that is what makes him so fun to watch. But it's not just that. He also has patience and will allow for his blockers to set up and open up running lanes for him to get to. He knows when to run it up between the tackles or bust it out to the outside to get to the outside. I think he would be great in like a one-cut scheme, but I think honestly he could do well in any scheme that he's in. He also has great vision, which is an area that he really excelled at whenever you sit here and watch him. He sees the field incredibly well and is almost always looking to set up his next move, and which is evident in his 7.3 yards per carry, which is a great stat. I don't like usually using that, but it is something to notice, and why he was so efficient was because he really trusted his offensive line, allowed them to do what they do. But he's also somebody, like I said, who has an incredible burst when you see him go. Like again, he doesn't have super long speed, but he does have a lot of burst, and he could get out and he can pick up yards in bunches. So that was something that I wanted to see. Another thing that I really loved to watch about him as well was he is a plus receiver. He is not somebody that you're just going to do these little screens, dump offs to. That's all he is, right? He is somebody that I think could be a more nuanced route runner, somebody you can line up in the slot, line him up on the outside, and ask him to run routes. I think that is something that he's definitely shown the ability to do. I know there was a game against FSU where they set him on a wheel route. It was about 20, 30 yards down the field. It was him one-on-one with another defender. He went up, got it, caught it, brought it in. I was really impressed to see that, especially from a running back. So he has soft hands. So that is something that we definitely are always looking for, especially in fantasy football. PPR running backs matter, and they are exactly what we're always looking for. I will take a guy who's going to catch 30, 40, 50, 60 balls over a guy who's going to catch maybe 10, 15 and more of a between the tackles grinder, right? That's why I've always been a little bit down on Derrick Henry because of that fact. But regardless of that, this dude, like I said, I think that when you really look at him and you watch his tape, again, you're going to be really excited. Make sure you got some tissues next to you because you're going to need it, okay? Because he is so much fun to watch. But I think that, to me, Daniel Jeremiah of NFL.com, I think, had a really great comparison of him. I don't really care for comps, but I felt like this was a good one. He said that he was a mix between Cam Akers and Miles Sanders. And I think for some people are going to be like, I hate Miles Sanders. But I do think that Cam Akers and Miles Sanders, I think that is a really great comp for him. And I think that he can be a tremendous three-down running back. I think if he could go to Pittsburgh, Arizona, or Atlanta, I think those will all be great landing spots for him. He would step right in, be that three-down workhorse back that we're looking for, and somebody that I think could end up being an RB1 on a consistent basis for a lot of teams. So, like I said, love Javonte Williams. He is my RB1. There's nothing that's going to happen that's going to change my mind. Whether it's contrarian, whether it's not, I don't know. But I just know that this dude is phenomenal. And I'm really excited to watch him on the next level. So, like I said, Javonte Williams, he's that dude. And so, make sure you get him in your rookie drafts. I can't wait for the NFL draft to see where he lines up. I know we're not going to get a true scouting combine this year because it looks like it's going to be canceled. They are going to try to do something, whether it's pro days, where I know a lot of times pro days, we take that with a grain of salt. But if it is pro days that they do, from what I'm understanding, they're talking about NFL teams will run it. So it'll be much more in line with what the combine is, and they'll release all the results to us. So we'll get to see a little bit. I think he's going to end up being like a low 4 or a high 4.4 guy, or possibly a low 4.5, which is fantastic at his size at 5'10", 220 pounds. So like I said, let's get all the Javonte Williams, RB1. Let's motherfucking go on to the next one. Have a good night. Make sure to subscribe, like, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.